Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a classic story that many of us grew up with. A tale that perfectly captures the idea of a slippery slope, but in the most charming way possible. We're talking about the one and only If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. It all starts with a simple, kind gesture. You see a little mouse, and you decide to give him a cookie. What could possibly happen, right? Well, that's where our adventure begins. As soon as the mouse gets the cookie, he's going to need something to go with it. He'll ask for a glass of milk. It makes perfect sense. Cookies and milk are a classic combination. But once you give him the milk, he'll look in the glass and notice something. He'll probably see that he has a milk mustache. And of course, no one wants to walk around with a milk mustache, not even a mouse. So, what does he need next? A napkin. You hand him a napkin, and he dabs his little mouth. Problem solved, or is it? After cleaning himself up, he'll look in the mirror to make sure he got all the milk. Looking in the mirror, he'll notice something else. His hair is a bit of a mess. It needs a trim. And you, being the accommodating host that you are, will probably end up giving him a pair of nail scissors to do the job. So, he gives himself a little haircut. And you know what happens when you cut hair? It makes a mess. There will be tiny little bits of mouse hair all over the floor. He's a considerate mouse, though. He'll want to clean up after himself. To do that, he's going to need a broom. He'll want to sweep the entire house, starting a full-blown cleaning spree. He might get really into it, sweeping every single room. After all that hard work, he's going to be tired. Very tired. So, what does a tired little mouse need? A nap, of course. You'll have to fix him a little bed. You'll find a small box, maybe a show box, and make it cozy with a pillow and a blanket. He'll climb in, fluff the pillow, and get all comfortable. But he can't just fall asleep. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So, you'll grab one of your books and start reading. As you're reading, he'll be looking at the pictures. The pictures will get him all excited. He'll see a drawing of a family, and it will inspire him. He'll decide he wants to draw a picture of his own. To do that, he'll need paper and crayons. You'll supply him with all the art materials he needs. He'll draw and draw, completely absorbed in his masterpiece, and when he's finished, he'll be so proud of his work, he'll want to sign his name. He'll need a pen, so you give him a pen, and he proudly signs his artwork. Then, he'll have another brilliant idea. He'll want to hang his picture on the refrigerator. That means he'll need some tape. You'll hand him a roll of Scotch tape, and he'll stick his drawing right there on the fridge door for everyone to see. He'll stand back to admire his handiwork. But looking at the refrigerator will remind him of something. It will make him feel thirsty. And what do you think a thirsty mouse is going to want? That's right, a big, cold glass of milk. And as he's standing there, about to enjoy his refreshing drink, he'll think to himself, you know, this milk is great, but something's missing. Something would go perfectly with this. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. And just like that, we're right back where we started. This delightful little story is a perfect circle, showing how one small act of kindness can lead to a whole cascade of events, each one logically following the last. It's a fun and whimsical look at cause and effect, and it's a story that has captured the hearts of readers, young and old, for generations. What I love about it is how it teaches a subtle lesson about needs versus wants, and how one thing can lead to another, and another, and another, The little boy in the story is patient and giving, going along with every single request, from a simple glass of milk to a full-blown art project. The mouse isn't being malicious or greedy. He's just following a chain of thought that makes perfect sense to him. Every request is a logical next step from the previous action. Sweeping leads to being tired, which leads to a nap. Seeing pictures leads to drawing, which leads to hanging the drawing on the fridge. It's a beautiful, simple loop. It's a story that reminds us of the domino effect, but in a funny and endearing way. It's not a warning against giving, but rather playful exploration of where that giving might lead. And at the end of the day, who can blame the little mouse after all that adventure? He definitely deserves another cookie. So, what do you all think? Do you remember reading this book as a kid? What was your favorite part of the mouse's journey? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your memories of this wonderful story. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.